There's so many things happening all over the world, and it's real easy for me, the way I'm always kind of analyzing things, to just get really wrapped up in everything going on, from the C-19 to the V scene to everything that's been happening, the natural disasters, crime rate to the injustice that's been happening in the just everything. It's real easy to sometimes get wrapped up in all those things. What I've been doing to keep myself sane, to keep myself grounded, is just follow God. I had a dream a long time ago, and in that dream, I remember being on a battlefield, and it was so much happening all at once. It was so many arrows being thrown and so many fights happening in different areas. It was so much danger right there where we were at. And it was weird, yo. The color in the dream was almost like this brownish red. It was like this dark grayish brownish red. And that was like the I don't know if you could say a filter or the tint of color that was on everything, but that was the color I remember. And then I remember seeing what appeared to be God in this glowing, almost bluish white, just this beautiful, bright light. And I remember him walking just so smooth through the battlefield. And I remember him telling me to follow him in the dream. So I began to follow him, and I want to say that I even grabbed on to his garment so that I didn't lose track of him. My mind was like, if I get distracted, I'll still have a hold on to you. But I remember him telling me, follow me. And he said it to me in a sense of, make sure you're paying attention. I want you to follow me instinctively, like just follow me. The war and the battle didn't stop because I was following him. Everything continued. But with me following him, he kept moving weird. He would go here, he would go there. He would move fast in this area and slower here. It was sporadic. And if you're not paying attention, it could be difficult. It could have been difficult to keep up. And I remember following him, and he was going here, going there. He was making a lot of moves that didn't make sense to me. It would seem like sometimes he would go back to a certain area that we had just left. But the whole time that I was holding on to him and following him, the battle had not stopped. And there were enemies on the battlefield that were aiming directly for me. And as I continued to follow God everywhere he went, the attacks that the enemy had for me were missing me by that much. I mean, just a hair. Each one of the attacks, and there were so many attacks, and I wasn't dodging them by a mile and none of that. It was by inches. that a lot of these attacks would go past me, wouldn't work, wouldn't prosper. And it let me know that even for a moment of being distracted, not being obedient, not following him, could lead to one of those attacks, one of those arrows actually being able to hit home. And so I just long to God, and wherever he went, I instinctively followed. I just followed him. And I got out of my own head, because in my own head, all these shots and things like that coming forth, I feel like we're in danger. Us backtracking and moving sporadically, you know, looking at it, it just seemed like it was counterproductive. But I had to trust him, I had to follow him. And with me following him and going to these different places and direction and changing direction, I was able to withstand the attacks of the enemy, even by that much. Some of us may want a landslide victory. Some of us may want to be victorious over our enemy in a big way, but sometimes it's literally by a hair that we're making it out of the battlefield alive. I say all that to say, trust him, trust God, cling close to him, spend time with him, talk with him. There are people who may be watching this that feel like, I don't have a relationship with God. You know, what do I have to talk about? And he's still listening. Talk to him. Get in his face, spend quality time. Turn the TV off and tap in. Just follow him. And sometimes the stuff he's gonna do, the directions he's gonna move in, it won't seem to make sense all the time. Sometimes it won't make sense. But it's by that much that he's keeping you safe, that he's keeping the attacks of the enemy from being successful against you. Just by that much.